This is WCBI News Sunrise with Chief Meteorologist Isaac Williams and Keely Shields.
WCBI Sunrise on Fox 4. I'm Aundrea Self alongside Belle Oliver this morning. The time now, 8 o'clock, and we're moving into a very rainy weekend, Belle.
Unfortunately, we are, but I do have a fun fact for you, Miss Aundrea.
Okay.
Tomorrow is the first day of meteorological summer.
Wow.
I know.
So what does that mean as opposed to what's on my calendar?
Okay, so meteorological summer includes June, July, and August.
Okay.
So just the 3 months, and then astronomical summer is when it's later on in June. I think that's what you see on your calendar.
On the 21st, okay.
So just a different way to measure the summers and helps us, stay organized as meteorologists.
Give us a quick look at the weather.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So, unfortunately, not going to feel like summer tomorrow, but here's clouds and radar for your Friday morning, dealing with some showers off in the Delta starting to push into our area, as well as some storms in Texas that have sort of dwindled down this morning. And for clouds and radar in our area back in northeast Mississippi, we can notice some more of those showers starting to push through Grenada and Winona, Coffeyville. Some of these had some lightning earlier. The rest of us just dealing with some heavy blanketed cloud coverage. And for those next 3 days, like I mentioned, not going to feel like summer. Maybe if you like the rain for a wet summer, but tomorrow is looking pretty wet, unfortunately, as well as Sunday. Friday, I think we're going to stay mostly dry today and cloudy, but then Friday night, we're going to see that uptick in rain chance, and then overnight Saturday, more of that rain is on the way, keeping into those middle 80s as well. Aundrea.
All right, Belle, thanks a lot. Let's take a look now at some news we've been following today. This morning, former President Donald Trump is expected to hold a press conference at Trump Tower after a Manhattan jury made him the first former U.S. president to be convicted of a crime. He was charged with falsifying business records to hide alleged hush money payments to his attorney made to an adult film actress ahead of the 2016 election. CBS's Jared Hill is outside Trump Tower with more on the verdict, the reaction, and what will come next.
Former President Donald Trump, now a convicted felon, is vowing to appeal.
I'm a very innocent man. We'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end.
Trump was convicted on all 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide reimbursements to former fixer Michael Cohen, who paid adult film star Stormy Daniels $130,000 in the run-up to the 2016 election. That money to keep quiet about an alleged sexual encounter with Trump. It took the 12 jurors 11 hours to reach a verdict.
The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
In a statement, attorneys for Michael Cohen called the verdict a testament to his credibility, that credibility attacked by Trump lawyer Todd Blanche during the trial and again last night on CNN.
They looked past what we thought were fatal flaws in Mr. Cohen's story and his past, and they reached a guilty verdict.
With the fight out of the courtroom for now, former President Trump turned to politics, attending a fundraiser last night after his guilty verdict. This conviction putting an unprecedented spin on the presidential election.
The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
The Trump campaign almost immediately pushed fundraising messages, claiming he's a political prisoner. President Biden's campaign also fundraising with a message, there is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, at the ballot box. Trump's sentencing is scheduled for July 11th, just 4 days before the Republican National Convention. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
The charges in this case carry fines and a maximum prison sentence of up to 4 years. Now, the White House counsel's office released a statement after the verdict saying, quote, "We respect the rule of law and have no additional comment." Multiple federal and New York law enforcement officials tell CBS News there have been no changes in security surrounding President Biden or former President Trump since the historic verdict was announced late yesterday afternoon. Now, Mississippi's 2 U.S. senators posted reactions to social media following the announcement of the verdict late yesterday. Senator Roger Wicker posted in part, quote, "This prosecution has been an outrageous perversion of our system of justice. Unless reversed, it could set a disturbing precedent in which our courts are weaponized by one party against the other." Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, meanwhile, posted, quote, "This has always been a politically motivated sham prosecution. I am confident this injustice will be overturned on appeal. The American people see straight through this blatant attempt to influence an election by weaponizing our legal system. So reaction to the former president's conviction came quickly, not just from the political world, but voters were talking also. This is in Florida, where the president has a home. The opinions are varied over whether the jury got it right and whether Trump should serve jail time. People lined the streets with signs, some of them in support of him. Others were celebrating the conviction. Most supporters say the conviction does not affect their feelings about the former president.
President Trump did nothing wrong. He put in a ledger that he paid legal fees to a lawyer that was doing legal work for him. So now we have to elaborate on the rest of it, because what's the crime? We don't understand. It makes no sense.
No, it does not affect it at all. I was not voting for him. I didn't vote for him in the past. I think he's a despicable human being. A jury of his peers found him guilty. He will appeal it. And, I don't think this is a jailable offense, in my opinion. I mean, it's possible that they could send him to jail, but the next 3 trials, that's the important stuff.
And the former president will be sentenced on July the 11th. All right, 20 years after he was convicted of murdering an elderly couple, an Alabama inmate has been put to death. That story when WCBI Sunrise on Fox 4 comes right back. Welcome back, everyone. The time now is 8:09. Alabama executed death row inmate Jamie Ray Mills Thursday, marking the state's first execution since Kenneth Smith was put to death using nitrogen in January. 50-year-old Mills was pronounced dead at 6:26 p.m. That was after a 3-drug injection at the William C. Holman Correctional Facility in Southwest Alabama. Lethal injection remains Alabama's default method of execution unless an inmate requests nitrogen gas or the electric chair to carry out the death sentence. Mills was convicted of capital murder in the 2004 killing of a senior couple at their home in northwestern Alabama. Governor Kay Ivey had authorized a 30-hour window for his execution to take place between 12 a.m. Thursday and 6 a.m. this morning. The U.S. attorney reeled in a big catch yesterday when the people who own Mary Mahoney's restaurant in Biloxi pled guilty to a fishy conspiracy. The company that owns Mary Mahoney's has been charging customers premium prices for local fish, but actually feeding them imported fish like perch and triple tail from Africa, India, and South America. A co-owner and manager of the restaurant also pled guilty to what court documents refer to as misbranding seafood. This has been going on since 2002, more than 20 years. And for at least 6 years, the historic restaurant sold over 29 tons of fish that was frozen and passed off as a local Gulf catch. The FDA did genetic testing of fish and confirmed the scheme. U.S. Attorney Todd G. of the Southern District of Mississippi led the prosecution team on this case. Mary Mahoney's Old French House Incorporated faces a maximum penalty of 5 years probation and a $500,000 fine. Co-owner of the establishment faces a maximum penalty of 3 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. The Rankin County Sheriff's Office plans to conduct a review after details from a Goon Squad messages group were revealed. The detailed messages, in an encrypted WhatsApp app group chat between known Goon Squad members and other law enforcement, some of whom are still employed, were detailed in a report Wednesday from the New York Times and Mississippi Today. The Goon Squad was the name of a group of Rankin County deputies that they gave themselves because of their willingness to use excessive force. Some of the messages reportedly discuss brutalizing and demeaning suspects, as well as exchanging disturbing crime scene photos. Some of the Goon Squad members are serving state and federal prison sentences after pleading guilty to the sexual assault and kidnapping of 2 innocent black men in January of 2023.
Well, the rainy Saturday is ahead of us. I'll have updates and I'll be tracking all the rain for you coming up after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert Forecast with Belle Oliver.
Happy Friday. We finally made it to the weekend, and here's a live look at Mississippi State's campus this morning. You'll notice lots of clouds behind me, maybe a couple peaks of blue in there, but for the most part, it's pretty cloudy out there. Temperatures sitting in the 70s right now, 70 over there in Starkville, 72 in West Point, 69 in New Albany, 68 in Oxford as well, and 72 in Bruce for that Friday. And all across the southeast, we're all sitting in that 70 range, 74 in Meridian, 70 in Jackson, Greenville at 75, and then over there in Birmingham, it is 71 for their Friday morning. And if you don't like the 70s, don't worry, we are going to be warming up into those mid 80s today, reaching our high of 86 degrees around that 2 to 4 p.m. afternoon for today. And just to be wary, let's talk about those rain chances. Now you'll notice Friday, it's a 40% chance of rain. Not seeing that during the day, but mostly into Friday afternoon, really into the overnight hours Saturday. You'll notice that 80% chance of rain. And then behind me, we have just some isolated rain chances for the rest of the weekend, even into the beginning of your work week next week. So let's track out the rain for you so you know what to expect. So this is Friday at 10 a.m. You'll notice a lot of us dealing with that cloud cover. Then we have this massive rain showers start to push through by Friday at 1 p.m. We could see more of those isolated showers looking around that Highway 82 line. By 7 p.m. it looks like we'll get a break from those rain and thunderstorms, and then Saturday morning starts to roll around. I think this is the best chance of widespread and heavy rain that we could all be seeing. Again, this is 7 a.m. so if you're going out Saturday morning, and through lunchtime, you may want to be wary, bring that umbrella, bring that radar on your phone just to check if you have any outdoor activities. Just something to be wary about. By Saturday night, we'll get a little bit of a break, and then we'll have another rain chance for our Sunday. The good news is that it's not looking like as widespread as Saturday was. And here's tomorrow. You'll notice all those rain chances for most of the day, keeping in those 80s for tomorrow. And there's that 7-day forecast, keeping in the 80s for today, and then staying with that unsettled rainy weather pattern for this weekend. And even as we head into next week, hopefully we'll get a break from the rain sooner rather than later, Andrea.
All right, we'll just spend the weekend resetting ourselves.
That's right.
Because it'll be so rainy. Let's take a look at our megaphone question we're asking you today. If you have not already participated in the poll, you can scan that QR code there on your screen and answer our question, brought to you by Mississippi Peanut Supply and Spartan Mowers. The question is, who is the first person you call when there is good news? Do you call your parents, your children? Do you call a sibling, a significant other, or do you call a friend? And it looks like so far it's keeping it in the family. I'm shocked more people don't call their BFF when they have.
I know,
some
but
good news to share.
0%. I don't know where maybe they're asleep this morning. All the
Maybe so.
friends.
I don't know. People who don't tell their friends their business. All right, coming up, a nonprofit in Starkville is putting talent on display and raising money to help its cause. We'll have highlights from Starkville's Got Talent coming up after the break. Now it's 8:21. A new petition says that General Mills has harmful plastic toxins in some of its food. As Esme Murphy shows us, the petition is claiming those plastics get in the products during processing and packaging.
According to Consumer Reports research released in February, the plastic chemicals called phthalates were found in every food they tested, including popular products from General Mills like Cheerios.
And phthalates are endocrine disrupting chemicals that even at low levels can cause health impacts such as obesity, diabetes, certain cancers, infertility.
Among the activists were a number of representatives from Minnesota environmental groups, including Clean Water Action.
I'm a mom of two, and I'm just really thrilled to be here with our coalition partners and spread this message that this is not okay.
The controversy over phthalates in foods has been debated for more than a decade. One of the studies often cited by activists is a 2018 U of M study that found that children with a higher exposure to phthalates were more likely to have language development delays. The 35,000 signature petition was accepted by a General Mills employee inside the company's reception area. General Mills responded to the petition with a statement saying food safety is our top priority at General Mills. All our products adhere to regulatory requirements, and we review our ingredients, packaging, and suppliers on a regular basis to ensure quality. In Golden Valley, Esme Murphy, WCCO News.
Some Oktibbeha County residents were showing off their talents for a good cause last night. Oktibbeha Starkville Emergency Response Volunteer Services, or OSERVs, hosted Starkville's Got Talent at the Greensboro Center. Local residents took their talents to the stage, but OSERVs also brought in a ringer, Starkville native and American Idol contestant Jennifer Jeffries. The event serves as a fundraiser and a way to increase visibility for the volunteer organization.
OSERVs is doing it as a fundraiser so that we can support the wonderful services that we do in our community.
I'm just thrilled to be here, and one of my favorite parts about getting to come support OSERVs is getting to meet all the talent in Starkville, and it's just wonderful.
OSERVs provides relief in times of emergencies and disasters. It also provides other services like CPR classes and blood drives in Oktibbeha County and Starkville. Looks like a lot of fun out there last night. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You're watching WCBI Sunrise on Fox 4.
watching WCBI Sunrise with Isaac and Keeley.
Welcome back. The time now 8:26. A shooting death remains under investigation in Pickens County this morning. Right now, investigators are not commenting about the shooting and have not released many details. Multiple sources have told WCBI the incident stems from a stolen ATV. The coroner there in Pickens County, Chad Harless, says 46-year-old Daryl Bowden of Livingston was shot south of Aliceville over the weekend. Bowden was taken to Greene County Hospital where he died. An autopsy is being performed in the case. The search for a killer continues in Macon after police found more than 30 shell casings at the scene of a deadly shooting. Police Chief Divine Beck says 23-year-old Demetrius Harris Jr. was driving on Washington Street about 10:30 Wednesday night when the gunfire started. Investigators say after he was shot, they believe Harris hit a couple of mailboxes and a ditch before crashing. Officers found 32 shell casings from multiple guns and know that there were multiple shooters. Coroner R.L. Calhoun says an autopsy will be performed on Harris. No arrest has been made. So far, no motive has been identified in the case. Law enforcement officials now are hoping someone will come forward with some information that they need for this case.
We're getting small leads that possibly lead to some type of beef that's going on in our county that we're trying to get that thing resolved. But until people are willing to step up and step out, and we will protect you, give you information.
If you about the homicide, call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers. You can also use the P3 Tips app and give that information anonymously. A Clay County man is in jail after a shooting Tuesday. 43-year-old Waco Campbell is charged with shooting into a dwelling. West Point Police Chief Avery Cook says officers were called to Churchill Road for the gunfire. He believes an argument led to the shooting. No bond has been set for Campbell. Lee County supervisors have taken the first step to getting a new jail and justice complex. For years, the current jail has been at capacity and upkeep of the building is costly. As our Allie Martin reports, the work now begins to develop plans and potential costs for the project.
Or any dirt is turned or plans are drawn up for the new jail and justice complex, Lee County supervisors had to take the first step, hiring a construction manager as an advisor.
There's two phases to what this contract is. There's a pre-construction phase and a construction phase.
Century Construction was hired. Now work will start on the initial phase.
With the help of the architect and his consultants, they will develop the scope of the project. What the county needs, how it will function, how it'll lay out. And then our job in that is to come back with constructability and cost estimates.
Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson says he has had weekly meetings with architects who are looking at every detail of the day-to-day jail operation.
You're looking at a major project here, and they have taken in considerations every avenue and every leg of the justice system that is connected to jail, from the court to a morgue to juvenile detention. They've taken all the legs that this particular facility supports, and I think they are going to look at an overall cost if they met every need of everything. And then they can whittle that down to the point of the actual, these are the absolutes.
Board of Supervisors President Wesley Webb says while some asked for a delay on today's vote, it was vital to start the process.
Everybody says that we are pushing everything through. This thing's been going on for several, back before I was elected, and I've been elected for 3 years now. But it's time to take the ball and get everything rolling to look at this, because we've got to have a jail.
All the questions about the size and scope of the jail and justice complex, along with the proposed cost and timeline, should be answered the last Monday in August when Century Construction and the architects make their presentation to the Board of Supervisors. Telling your story in Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
So right now, Lee County sends some inmates to the Itawamba Correctional Facility because there isn't enough room there in the Lee County Jail. We call them first responders for a reason. They are the first ones on the scene in almost any disaster. They see some of the most heartbreaking incidents, but they have to remain calm and help others do the same. Sometimes it can be difficult to return to their day-to-day activities, and this can be especially tough for new first responders. A counselor with Community Counseling Services says the best thing to do is to talk about it, whether it's with peers, friends, or family. She says internalizing is never the answer.
Everybody has a family at home also, and when you get back and get to a quiet location and you start reminiscing and thinking about the events that you've just witnessed and been through, they are some of the most horrific things you can see and hear and those kind of things, and it's best for us to talk about it.
One of the things we say is don't deny that it happened, and to be honest about your feelings. To talk to somebody, find a friend, talk to a therapist, but have somebody that you can talk to.
Community counseling offers 24-hour services, and it is free to first responders.
Well, we have some rain on the radar right now. Most of this rain and storm staying along I-55 and really west of I-55, moving into Carroll County right now. Now, for the rest of us, we're just dealing with lots of cloud cover and maybe a couple spotty showers starting to push through near Starkville and Ackerman. Now, along with that rain comes the muggy weather. So this is our comfort index for the next couple of days, and you notice that it's kind of going up and down between humid and muggy. All this to say is that it's going to feel pretty sticky outside for the next couple days just because there is a lot of rain coming back into the forecast. For our Friday, we're keeping in the 86 today. We're keeping mostly cloudy skies with another rain chance this afternoon, but those rain chances will start to pick up tomorrow morning into the afternoon, and then isolated rain chances for our Sunday. So lots of off and on rain for the weekend, unfortunately.
I love your index there. It just says it's just not going to be very comfortable for any of us. All right, let's take another look. We'll kick at our megaphone question this morning. We're asking, of course, it is brought to you by Mississippi Peanut Supply and Spartan Mowers. Our question is, who was the first person that you call with good news? And still nobody is calling their friends with good news, or their siblings or their parents. It's all significant others and children, so that's fine.
That is fine, I guess.
All right, after the break, Eric has your entertainment news. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Sunrise. The entertainment news this morning. Musician John Legend is speaking out about the allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. The two collaborated on a song last year. In a recent interview, Legend said he was horrified by the allegations, as well as hotel security video released this month. The video shows Combs physically assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in 2016. Legend says his default is to believe women when they make such accusations, and he would like accountability and healing for the alleged victims. 8 civil lawsuits name Combs as a defendant and all contain sexual assault allegations. He has denied them. Yesterday, we gave you a glimpse of the sequel to Disney's Moana, and by this morning, the trailer has already set records. Plus, a new docu-series is out centered around a Renaissance festival. David Daniel has that and more in the Hollywood Minute.
Moana 2 is already setting records. 178 million people viewed the first teaser trailer for the animated sequel in its first 24 hours online. That's more than for any other trailer in Walt Disney Animation Studios and Pixar history. The movie opens in theaters November 27th.
My real intentions once again wanna be near you.
The new Crowded House album is out. Gravity Stairs, featuring the single Teenage Summer, is in stores today. Also on sale, tickets for the band's Gravity Stairs tour, launching August 29th in St. Augustine, Florida.
Whoever comes across with the cash gets it. All you have to do is make the plan.
Who will rule the Texas Renaissance Festival? The quest to succeed King George, the owner about to retire, is the subject of Ren Fair. The 3-part documentary series launches Sunday on HBO and Max. Huzzahing in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, R&B legend Usher is accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2024 BET Awards next month. The network says it looks forward to creating an amazing lineup to pay tribute to the icon. The honor has previously gone to legends like Prince, Whitney Houston, Queen Latifah, and Lionel Richie. 45-year-old Usher is an 8-time Grammy winner, and he's nominated for 4 BET Awards this year. The ceremony is June 30th. On the air and in the air, soap opera star Katie Linder enjoys the world of acting and the world of travel. On this International Flight Attendant Day, Danya Backus spoke with the Y&R actress about both jobs.
What is the big mystery?
Kate Linder is known for her long-standing role as Esther Valentine on The Young and the Restless.
Mrs. Chancellor, dinner is served.
Her character has gone from Mrs. Chancellor's maid to mother and manager of Crimson Lights Cafe, where we sat down with her.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
She got her start on Y&R 42 years ago, but before becoming a soap star, she was flying the friendly skies.
You know, I didn't know what was going to be happening here, and, you know, I wanted to keep my job, and it's a good job.
A job she still has.
Good morning, welcome aboard.
Even with her rise to fame, she's kept her wings. She's been a flight attendant for United Airlines for 46 years and says it keeps her grounded.
You know, working here, Young and the Restless, the day after that, I'm serving coffee at 35,000 feet. And you just, you know, you don't forget who you are that way.
It's really you? You work for United? Passengers like Ginger Collinsgrove are often shocked to see her working the flight.
Linder? And she's like, yes. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know she worked for United.
Linder says she usually flies on the weekend, so she's in Los Angeles to film the show during the week. When asked if she has any plans on slowing down,
I don't believe in retirement. As long as I can do them both well and keep doing them, I'm just going to keep doing them. I mean, it's great.
As a flight attendant and soap star, she's taking versatility to new heights.
Come back and see us.
Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown is now a married woman. Her new father-in-law, singer Jon Bon Jovi, shared the happy news with The One Show. She and his son Jake Bon Jovi enjoyed a small family ceremony. People reports it took place the weekend of May 18th. Well, a parent's worst nightmare is at the core of a strange story told in a new limited series. Here's a preview and what the cast and crew had to say.
We're urging anybody with information, however small, please come forward, pick up the phone, and help us bring Edgar home.
Benedict Cumberbatch plays a puppeteer who turns to his son's drawings when the boy goes missing in Eric.
I'm working on a new puppet. If we can get him on the show, then Edgar will see him. He'll know how much we want him to come home. You're going crazy. What the function of his relationship is at varying points of Vincent's struggle in this sort of very real for him psychotic split with this shadow Jungian self-made real. Eric is going to help me find Edgar.
Oh, Vincent, Vincent, Vincent.
I love the simplicity of Vincent's view and his view of New York. And then as we go on, we uncover a much darker and deeper side to Vincent and also to the city that he reveres and loves and portrays on his show.
It's kind of lonely in this city. It's so dark underground.
The series also stars Gabby Hoffman as Edgar's mother.
It was surprisingly easy, actually, to sort of enter a state at work and then leave that state there and return home to my own kids, who have no interest in who I am at work. They're saying that if he was alive, that you would have found him by now.
You have to trust me.
And McKinley Belcher III as a closeted detective trying to make a difference in 1980s New York.
There's so much in there for him to learn things about himself, to assert himself in a way that he can be the change that he wants to see in the world.
This is Edgar's idea. I want to make it real.
We need to do better by our children.
There you go. It's a call to arms. It's a fable about the trauma of not doing that and the call to arms to do better.
You're not alone, Eric.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And those are your entertainment headlines. We've got more Sunrise after this.
Test, test, test.
Say and spell their name. This is Mike 1, please.
Katie, Katie, Thomas, Thomas.
All right, you're good. You, sir?
Test, test, Kenneth Thomas, Kenneththom.
Your WCBI First Alert Forecast with Belle Oliver.
Hey there, happy Friday. Thanks for sticking with us here at WCBI Sunrise. Let's talk rain, because unfortunately there's multiple rounds of rain possible starting today, lasting through the weekend and even into parts of next week. So let's start taking it bit by bit for your Friday. So this is 10 a.m. You'll notice that we're dealing with lots of that heavy cloud coverage at 10, and then by the afternoon rolls around, we could see some more isolated and scattered storms start to pop into our area. By 7 p.m. it looks like we'll get a little bit of a break before our next big round of rain Saturday morning. I think that's the best opportunity that we have to really see that widespread heavy rain across the full coverage area here in Northeast Mississippi. This is 11 a.m. so you'll notice this long band of storms. Now, some of these could produce some gusty winds, some heavy rain, especially in some of those thunderstorms that could be localized and heavy. And then we'll get another break Saturday night, and then comes another rain chance for our Sunday. And you can look behind me, dealing with lots of rain chances as we head into next week. Again, that big kicker is Saturday, really in the morning and into lunchtime. Current temperatures outside not feeling too bad. We're starting to warm up back into those 70s, 72 in West Point, Starkville, and Aberdeen, 69 in Houston, 71 in Coffeyville, a little bit cooler over there in Winona, 68 degrees for them. And if you don't like those temperatures, don't worry. We are going to warm up into the 80s today, reaching our high of 86. Sticking with the sun and clouds, mostly cloudy today, and then that rain chance for our Friday night sometimes could be heavy. And then our main kicker is tomorrow for our Saturday, keeping with lots of rain throughout the day, keeping in those 80s as well, reaching our high of 83. And there's that 7-day forecast, keeping in those 80s, and then starting that unsettled weather as we head into the weekend and starting the beginning of next week.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sunrise. The time now is 8:51, and Kenneth Thomas and Katie Thomas are joining us now from Humble Coffee in Starkville. Great to have you here.
Good to be here.
So in the past, I understand you've brought coffee, but today we're going to be separating fact from fiction as relates, because these folks know all about coffee. We just like to drink it, right?
That's right.
And I was telling them I like mine to taste like hot ice cream. So get us started, Kenneth.
And I like mine black, but today what we're going to
do
is we are going to do coffee myths. So I'm going to quiz you.
Oh boy.
And then we'll go from there.
Oh, you're not grading me, are you?
No, no grades, no grades
School's
today.
out.
Yeah, for real, school's out.
So first one, dark roasted coffee has more caffeine than any other kind of coffee. True or false? Belle?
I'm going to say false.
I'm going to say false too. The obvious answer would be true because you think it's darker, it has more caffeine, but it's probably a trick question, so false.
Katie?
I'm going to say true.
Okay, so Aundrea is probably closest because it kind of is a trick question.
Okay.
Short answer is if you're using a scoop, then you're actually going to have the same amount of coffee or the same amount of caffeine, in your coffee. If you are weighing your coffee, then you're actually going to get more caffeine in a darker roast because the bean itself is lighter.
Okay.
But the caffeine is the same for every bean.
That is very confusing, but
It
it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky, but that makes sense. I got you. All right. So, next question. We've got about a minute, they're telling us.
Next question. So, will coffee dehydrate you?
You haven't?
I think yes.
I feel like it would.
I feel like it would. I feel like that would make sense, yeah.
So actually it doesn't. So,
Really?
So coffee is about 98% water. And so as long as you are drinking enough water as well, it actually doesn't dehydrate you.
But it doesn't hydrate you, though, on the same token.
This
it doesn't
is true.
hydrate you.
Oh,
Okay.
that
So,
would
because
make
people be like, well,
sense,
I don't need the water.
Yeah,
Bring me
that's
coffee.
true.
You know?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. So those are your coffee, true or falses for today.
Okay, that is very good information to know. Well, I'll tell you what, we want you guys to participate when we come back in our megaphone question that we've been asking all morning. Kind of see what they think about telling good news. So we'll do that and wrap things up when we come back. Stay with us, everybody. All right, we're back, everyone. Time now, 8:56. We're wrapping things up here on WCBI Sunrise on Fox 4 with our friends from Humble Coffee, talking about coffee myths. And so far, we're 1-1, right?
Yeah. I'd say so. Y'all are doing pretty good.
We're doing pretty good. You've got some more for us, right?
I do have some more. So if you were batters, you're trying to raise your batting average here. So so here we go.
Sports terminology for you guys.
Yep. So, does coffee make you smarter?
Wow, that's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no because I know a lot. I know a lot of smart people who don't drink coffee.
I feel like it depends on what you mean by smarter. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes to just go against
yes.
it.
Okay.
So it's funny. I had a friend who said the opposite. He said, "I don't know." He said, "I know a lot of dumb people who drink coffee."
So there you go.
So what it does is it does actually increase your focus. So your ability to focus and even to multitask, which we all think we're good at, but we're all actually probably not that good at.
True.
So yes, it's more of a focus thing than anything.
And we need more focus because all of us, when you mention multitasking, we're like, we're doing this, we're watching television, we're cooking dinner, we're getting the kids together.
Right.
So, maybe drink more coffee, we can get it done a little more efficiently.
Yeah, which leads to the next question is, does coffee keep you awake?
I think yes. I think definitely yes.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I still can go to sleep when I drink coffee though. Maybe I'm just immune to it because I have so much, but I can go to sleep pretty well.
Yeah, so with coffee, it actually does keep you awake. It's like Aundrea said, it helps you to kind of get that heightened sense of awareness, and it will keep you awake. When people say a lot of times that it doesn't make a difference and they're able to go to sleep easy, a lot of times it's actually because they are tired because they're not sleeping enough,
and they're relying on coffee.
It's not the actual coffee or the caffeine that's doing it.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Let's do this real quickly before we go. We've been asking a megaphone question, so we would like to ask the two of you this. It's brought to us by Mississippi Peanut Supply and Spartan Mowers. When you get good news, who is the first person that you call? Do you call a parent, a child, a sibling, your significant other, or a friend?
I would say a friend for sure.
You're the first person who's answered friend.
Yeah.
Nobody
I call
has
my
answered friend. Yeah.
Like my best friend probably.
And I say it sort of depends on what the news is, because sometimes it's something I really want my mother to know or my husband to know, but every now and then it's something I want my teenager to know. So just depends.
Yep, I would say significant other.
All right. And Belle says never her sibling.
Yeah.
All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend. Great to see y'all. Thanks for coming by.